just to explain my face there, Zoom is now telling us when this meeting is recording. And in my head, as soon as I push record, I'm ready to go. But this meeting is being recorded, so I got to get used to that and try to ignore it. Anyway, I'm Eric Paul Johnson. That's Dr. Evil over there.
I'm Eric Winsenson.
This, of course, is Bobby. And over here is Jasper.
Jasper.
You want to, anything? Look, see?
Hi, Jasper.
That's all we're going to get.
Cat.
Yeah, we got a new cat last week, and I'm going to work him into the show. I'm going to give him his own segment to talk about what he thought of that week's song. So it's after Troy, it's going to be Jasper. Oh, now he's rolling around. And now he's done rolling around.
Of course.
Jasper stomach. Okay.
Huh. Your hand survived.
Yeah, I guess he's
rare to get a cat that allows that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's kind of a trip switch for cats. You scratch them on the stomach and then they go crazy.
Yeah. So what we need to do then is we need to make sure that in the description of the video you mention that there's a cat. You want to get subscribers, mention.
Oh yeah. Look, cat. Everybody, here's a kitty cat.
A cat.
He's friendly and he's lovable and he's doing what cats do, which is just lay on the bed and sleep, which is, kind of one of the selling points for cats for me.
Exactly. Does the same thing that we do these days.
Yeah. Dogs.
Yeah, try to nap most of the afternoon.
Yeah. And dogs do a lot of running around and barking and yelping, and cats pretty much, they sleep all day and are fairly quiet for the most part. So.
Yep. Until they want to inform you about something they're mad about.
Yeah, or I don't know. This one likes to yowl at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's perfect yowling time.
Yeah. I mean, he'll do it a couple of times, and it's like, I don't know if he's like, "You guys still here? I'm lonely. Somebody pet me," or if there's something going on. You got any internal issues?
Does he go into the bathroom to make sure it amplifies?
No, he does it in the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've had a number of cats, including Joey at the moment, who's figured out that, hey, this gets louder when I do it in here.
Well,
I just use my box. It's perfectly clean, except for I just used it. I need it changed. I'm walking in here to yell.
Well, maybe you should do what I did, which was line the bathroom with that foam egg carton stuff so it absorbs the sound.
Oh, no, I did that with my
Moving
basement.
again. All right, that's it. All right. We got a lot of comments about Easy Money, so we should get right on those.
Okay, so Tracer Anthony says, really liked the movie, kind of liked the song. No, the song wasn't in the movie. The movie came out a long time before the song.
Well, that's what I'm a little confused about with Tracer. I probably should have asked him this on Facebook. The movie, Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield and one of the goons from Home Alone, I think. I haven't seen it since 1984. I liked it. I thought it was a hoot. And as for the song, is he talking about the E.L.O. song or the Billy Joel song? I like the Billy Joel song more than the E.L.O. song. So I'm not quite sure which one he's talking about.
Yeah, Billy Joel's song I don't think was in the movie either.
I don't know. I thought maybe it was the opening theme. I think it was. I mean, I haven't seen it since 1984, but I think they use it for the opening music.
I think they might use something else.
Or maybe it's the end credits.
Well, you read Mark Jellis's comments, and I'm going to do something that's so wonderful on video.
Are we gonna have to get a warning on YouTube that's going to be plastered over the video?
No, I'm just going to take a look to see about soundtrack for
okay.
Rodney Dangerfield's Easy Money.
Right. Mark Jellis. I think this is a good rocker. Oh, right. Bob. Excuse me. A real F.U. song. Jeff is sounding positively. Oh, and I gotta fix the thing that cutting off the side of the there. Jeff is sounding positively gleeful at getting rid of what turned out to be a liability. And I like the theories of who it could be. Perhaps it's a catch-all. We all had situations like that, and they can be emotional as well as money spongers. Or they can be emotional as well as money spongers. Good riddance. And your comparison to poker shows how back to basics Jeff has become. He is the artist, so fair enough. But missing the embellishments the original band gave and the proper because of it. And the proper because of it. Anyway, yeah, the embellishments are really what sold ELO for me, I think.
And the poorer because of it.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yes, it does.
But
By the
missing
way, I
the
was wrong. I was wrong, and you were right. Easy Money, the Billy Joel song, was played as the theme.
there you go.
Rodney Dangerfield. I know I've seen it some
Mhm.
point in my life.
Yeah.
I remember it was one of those dirty movies I wasn't allowed to watch.
I think so. I mean, I was 15 and I watched it. I don't know if my parents were around or not, but I don't remember it being particularly filthy. I mean, but then again, my mom let me watch the Blues Brothers, and that my parents took me to go see Blazing Saddles. I mean, so and when that came out. So anyway, but missing the embellishments of the original band gave, and the poorer because of it. There, I fix all that.
Now Trevor Raggett says, and so we get to Easy Money. Another one of those songs that's fun when it's happening, but utterly forgettable immediately afterwards, like some women have told me I am. To be fair, the boogie woogie piano feel is fun. The rock and roll unitard are too. I don't know. Autocorrect?
Maybe,
I think there's some autocorrect there.
probably.
Raymond seems to be enjoying himself, and there are some other fun bits thrown in amid the 12-bar plodding rhythm. It's definitely a bit of a throwback track and isn't asking to be taken seriously. The little refrain at the end of the chorus, some people only have to shove when the going gets tough, is a nice Jeffism, a part of the track which seems divorced from the rest of the music, but still fits perfectly. Strangely, it's very reminiscent of the type of bridge that Trevor Rabin would throw into a song in Yes's pop rock years, some 15 years earlier. However, the whole song is much more like something Dave Edmunds would have done as a Rockpile track some 2 decades earlier. But you knew there was going to be a but. That boogie woogie sound is inextricably linked in the British mind with another act who our stateside cousins have probably never heard of, Chaz and Dave. Chad Hodges and Dave Peacock had been stalwarts of the UK session scene. In the 60s, Chaz had played bass in Screaming Lord Such's band with a young Richie Blackmore. Dave is otherwise famous that his bass line was sampled by Eminem for My Name Is. But in the late 70s, they formed a duo playing what they dubbed Rockney, a blend of rock and roll, boogie woogie, and East End London Cockney pub sing-alongs. It was a bit of fun sideline, but they proceeded to have loads of hits through the 80s and beyond, and this became their day job until Chaz's death a few years ago. They've got a special place in the British heart, but Easy Money for all the world sounds just like Jeff is covering a Chaz and Dave tune, which is just weird. Oh, and yes, it is the perfect Patreon sting. Perfect.
That's true.
And no, I have never heard of Chaz and Dave. That is something that's one duo I have not heard about. I'm sure, but that you picked up on the bass line from the Eminem song, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I am.
Because I listened to that album so many times.
Yeah. No, this podcast was almost My Name Is an Eminem song by song podcast, but I thought maybe you know what? I'll go through this ELO thing, give this a try, see what they're about. I'm kind of surprised you hadn't heard of him because you look behind Eric. That's only a small subsection of his record collection.
Yes.
He has, it's like he has just about everything. Um, so I thought maybe you might have heard something about them.
No, if I had found anything by them, I probably would have it because I probably would have went, "Hey, this looks like it's from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? I want it," and
Yeah,
I would have bought it,
yeah,
whether I heard it or not. I would have bought it. So
yeah. I had never heard of them. Trevor included some. This was Trevor, right?
yes,
Up, up. Trevor, yes. Trevor included some YouTube clips of their songs, and I liked them. They were bouncy and happy. Some of them did sound sort of um, mid late 70s ELO ish. I think it's probably around the time when those songs came out. So that might be why they kind of sounded like it. But from what I heard, I liked them. I thought they were a lot of fun. So I can understand why they lasted so long.
I hear the Dave Edmunds definitely though in this song.
Absolutely, yes. For people that I do know, like Dave Edmunds, yeah, I hear Dave in there. Yeah,
Though Dave's songs are usually a lot better.
and Easy Money, yeah. Anyway, Mike Hudson, as usual, has a lot to say about it, which I'm fine with that. Hopefully, he doesn't take that as an insult. Like, oh Jesus, settle in. Here goes Mike Hudson. So, anyway, let me get comfortable before my legs fall asleep. Mike Hudson. Let me start off by saying this is not. Did I rip something? No, he's okay. Not my favorite track from Zoom. And in fact, it's my least favorite. I would have preferred to have switched this out with Long Black Road from the Japanese version. They could have had Easy Money for the bonus track on that version of Zoom instead. The whole kind of rockabilly or 50-ish rocker type of song was interesting in ELO's past. It pretty much started with their cover of Roll Over Beethoven. And then we had this in the same type of thing again in Illusions in G major, Rock Aria, Hold On Tight, Rock and Roll is King, and even Don't Bring Me Down. It worked well in those songs, but after a while the concept kinda wears thin. Or at least it does to me. That's the thing about the two Jeff Lynne's ELO albums that bothers me. Too much of this type of song going on. But I will say that Easy Money is a better track than the bonus track Fault Line from Alone in the Universe bonus track version. We haven't gotten there yet, so I don't know. And I think I've heard Alone in the Universe just once, which might be a bit of a teaser of how I feel about those songs when we get to them. And probably by the end of the year or early next year. Easy Money does have Ringo drumming on it. That's something to be said. Jeff's guitar work is good, nothing earth-shaking. The solo certainly doesn't stand up to the solos in songs like From the Sun to the World, Bluebird, Showdown, Fire on High, Mr. Blue Sky, Birmingham Blues, Wild West Hero, and others. That's not a bad solo. Although Jeff's not the greatest guitarist in the world, he can be quite inventive at times, and I think he's a lot better on guitar than what he gives us in songs like Easy Money. I'll move this down. One last thing. Eric Paul Johnson. That's me right here. This is not the first time he's sworn in an ELO song since 1973. You are, of course, talking about the very slurred F word in Oh No Not Susan. But don't forget the remake of Do Ya in 1976 that contains the D word. Yeah, sure, damn is considered to be commonplace now, but back during that time, it was still not a very common word to hear on radio or television. But I suppose it could be argued nowadays that damn isn't even a cuss word. All right, my hand's getting tired. Or swear word if you prefer. I was shocked when I realized what Jeff was actually saying in Oh No Not Susan, because that word is omitted from the lyrics, printed on the inner sleeve, and he heavily slurs the word as not to make it so obvious. That damn and do ya doesn't bother me because it's well placed and used for emphasis, not shock value. But I think the S word in Easy Money sticks out like a sore thumb. Then he did it again with Ain't It a Drag. In both instances, the word sounds out of place. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. And don't get me wrong, I use these words in way worse words in everyday speech. Yeah, even at work, which occasionally gets me written up. That's not very professional, Eric. Yeah, well. It beats pounding people in the head with a pizza machete. So,
Yes.
yeah. Words in everyday speech. But I think some personal editing is called for in songwriting. There's way too much vulgar language in modern music. If it were not for choice words, many of today's recording artists wouldn't have much to sing about. Well, if you can call what most of them are doing actually singing. And yeah. Okay, I'm getting down from my soapbox now. As for not very common to hear damn on radio or television, I mean, I was 7 in 1976 and I was watching MASH, and I heard damn in hell, it was pretty much like almost pretty much every other episode for that.
I think they even got away with bitch one time.
There a couple rare times.
They got away with that one.
I think so, once or twice. I know ass came out, and not as the donkey. He was pulling glass out of some guy's ass. I mean,
I think they get some leeway to MASH, though.
Well,
It's kind of clear that most kids were not watching MASH.
There's a chance kids aren't watching MASH. Also, when you're the most popular show every week for like years, they kind of let you get away with some things. They showed Radar's ass for like half a second, his bare ass. And
now, what gets me though is back then they would get upset about those words.
Mm-hmm.
There was another word used on early All in the Family shows and Jefferson shows that'll get your show forever banned, and any actor who uttered it that is not of the right shade forever canceled on Twitter.
I remember an episode of All in the Family. I didn't see this one until 1988, so I was 19. But he said "God damn," and this was early in the series run. I know it was an instant hit, but he didn't say it once. He just kept rambling off, "God damn, God damn, God damn." And I'm like, wow, you can't get away with saying those two words together anymore. And I'm just imagining what a shock that must have been in 1972 or 3 when that show aired, because he didn't hold back with it. I'm just like, wow. The things you could do in 1970s TV.
Yeah, I remember there was one episode of All in the Family where it was the Jeffersons and them all in some sort of get-together.
Mm-hmm.
And, and both sides are, well, he's going to call, I'll bet you anything he calls you this in a few minutes. And then, of course, on the Jefferson side, I bet you, on the Archie Bunker side, I bet that you're going to say this H word here.
Yeah. I think the only time it shocked me, and this was in 1987 when I was 18, because it was the first time I saw the episode, City on the Edge of Forever, where the last thing Kirk says is, "Let's get the hell out of here." And I'm just thinking, they let him say that in 1967 TV? That time, it shocked me.
Yeah.
But by the mid-70s, it's like hell and damn were in almost every TV show that was either serious or dramedy.
Did McCoy get away with "Damn It, Jim" in the series, or was that just in the movies?
I don't know if he ever did say "Damn it, Jim."
He did, I think, but I can't remember if that was motion picture or
probably motion picture.
Or, one of the early ones.
Well, John Champion, who hosts Mission Log, a Star Trek episode-by-episode podcast, who likes our show and listens to our ELO podcast. I don't know if he sees our Zoomcast. I'll have to tag him and let him know. During the series that was on the TV, did McCoy ever say, "Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not an escalator"? Or did he really just skip the "damn it, Jim" part and said, I don't know, I just can't hear it. I just can't picture it without the "damn it."
Yeah.
I can't picture him saying, "Darn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer."
That one he actually said.
He
So
did say both of
the
those.
episode specifically that I'm thinking of is the one with the silicon creature.
Yeah, the Horta. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah. He did
yeah.
say he
But
did say bricklayer, and he did once say, "I'm a doctor, not an escalator."
huh, I don't remember that one.
That was the one where they had the pregnant Amazon that they were traveling through the mountains to get away from the other part of the tribe that was whipping things at them, that when they had the little sharp spikes on the end, and it would make that whee sound when they would throw it.
Oh, okay.
And at the end she gave birth, and the baby's name was named McCoy.
Oh, okay. I remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, we still got a lot of comments to go.
Yes, we do. Aaron Jansen says, I
Nope,
agree
nope,
with.
nope, 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 nope.
Actually, that's yours. Never mind.
No, no.
Stephen Acevedo says,
There you go.
I like the song regardless of the expletive. He wasn't going to mince his lyrics to the former manager. There's nothing nice about getting ripped off in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I don't think we said this in the episode, but the thing that I did like about the song, I really did like the lyrics. It was Jeff is usually a pretty fluffy kind of lyrically. It's usually pretty safe. I mean, what's what's the darkest he ever got after the early experimental stuff? I mean, I don't know. Maybe a song on time about being lonely and far away.
Yeah.
But on Easy Money, I do like that Jeff is like, okay, you mother, this is what you did to me. Now listen to this, because I'm not holding back anymore. Here it comes. At least as far as Jeff goes.
Yep.
Aaron Jansen from our YouTube page, Face the Music and Electric Light Orchestra. No, the Electric Light Orchestra podcast channel. That's the YouTube page. I agree with y'all. It's an all right song. Out of the songs on the Zoom DVD, this was the one song that could have been replaced by another Zoom track. AWEZOOM, Zoom, on the album. As for Jeff swearing in songs, until Ain't It a Drag, to me, it's never super clear. I listened to Easy Money and Oh No, Not Susan for years without hearing the swearing. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, he does. When he does let it rip, he does bury or slur it. Um, as for Ain't It a Drag, only heard it a couple times. I did buy the video off iTunes, so the excrement profanity, I don't really, I can't bring it to mind because I can barely bring the song to mind. So, not to give any spoilers because we haven't hit that song yet.
Damian Griffin says, as for Easy Money, the community straight away pinned it on Bev. I know the words always came after the music, but I always felt that on this album it changed, and maybe that was because of the Traveling Wilburys and the way that was put together. So maybe there's more truth about Bev than of anyone else. And then there's the Rosie influence, who can be a tad odd every now and again, who probably pushed for the personal things that were happening at the time to come out more. To come out more than they ever had in the past.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Only Jeff Lynne knows, and I guess Rosie might be able to get an interview with Rosie. We'll see but but is she going to want to talk about her time with Jeff Lynne? I don't know how well that relationship went. I don't know how well it ended. I don't know if it went badly or if it was just sunshine and lollipops and it, just didn't work out. So they split and went their ways.
By the way, right now, because I'm recording stuff from my D section, I am buying stuff for the E section.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been able to find a vinyl copy of Secret Messages or Balance of Power.
Really?
I just found a copy of Time to replace my copy because my copy's kind of mulched.
Mm.
Um, it was $15.
Hmm.
Not at a specialty store, but at a regular Zia Records.
Wow.
Yeah, I also picked up Zoom and the two Electric Light Orchestra Part 2 albums. And all of them were about the $8 for the CDs were about still the $8 range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's for a band that nobody used to know and used to be found
Cutout bins.
cutout bins and at the thrift stores constantly because that's where I got most of my ELO albums originally.
Or in the 80s would
Uh,
have that big fat the nice price sticker on there.
exactly. So just so you know, if you're looking for an original copy of Time, yeah, you're looking because it's one of their more popular albums now
Yeah.
when it came out, but it is now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at about a $15 price tag, which is still better than buying a remastered copy on vinyl or something, if there are any, because most vinyl prices for new vinyl these days is 25, 30, 40, 50
Yeah.
dollars for something that sounds like crap and just looks nice on a wall
Yeah.
because they're using the original master tapes a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been searching for the original copies of those. Luckily, I've got all the other ELO stuff, at least the American releases.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so luckily, I've got all of those. But yeah, those last two have been a little elusive. Zoom was a bit elusive too.
Zoom I
So
can understand, but I'm surprised about Secret Messages and Balance of Power. I mean, they're pretty widely distributed back when they came out.
and also, you might like to know when I was asking about it, there's a place here in Arizona I'm going to plug slightly
Mm-hmm.
called Grace Records. They're out in Gilbert. Um, they've got tons of collector stuff and tons of stuff that's like in bins for $3 a piece, but it's actually organized so you can look through it.
That's good.
Yeah. But they had absolutely no ELO last time I went. But I asked him, and he said, "Yeah, they kind of go fast because it's 20-something-year-old girls come in and want an ELO album."
See, that's
So
great, and
you
that's
were just born in the wrong decade.
I probably was. Um, that's great that that's still holding because when I went back to college in my 40s, I mean, at PVCC, this was in 2009 to 2014, that there were, few girls and even kids in that I went to class with who were born in the early 90s and, expecting to get who would get, oh, yeah, oh, I love Mr. Blue Sky. I love ELO. I was like, that's great. Why do I have to be 20 years older than you? Why do I have to be the same age as your dad? We could probably hit something off because you're pretty smoking hot and I'm pretty dad age and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
that's how I kind of felt with, oh, you're buying LPs. That's so cool. By that time I was in my 40s and already in my 40s and like,
Yeah,
where was it?
yeah,
It was usually, oh, well, oh, you listen to that music.
yeah,
Why don't you listen to modern stuff?
yeah. When I moved on to NAU 2014 to 2016, I had some roommates and who for the most part were really pretty great people. Um, one of them, saw I salvaged my record collection for my record player from the storage shed, and I was cleaning it up and fixing it up and twisting and tweeting that and fixing to make it so I could
You
use it
almost
again. Yeah, I was close, and it was like so I could use it again. Start transferring albums to or some of the rarer records that I have to something to MP3, so I could listen to them on my computer and iPod. And he saw me messing with it. And he said, "Oh, record player, cool. I have a couple albums, and I also got that kind of line from the kids at the radio station at the college that I worked at. Oh, wow, record. I got a couple records too. It's like, a couple. Here, let me show you what blew out my back when I moved from Phoenix to Flagstaff. Hint, it wasn't furniture. It was all these boxes of albums. So,
Yes.
yeah, that's adorable. You have a couple albums. Neat, neat. Let me show you what's stacked up in my bedroom that I have to walk sideways between that and my bed to get anywhere. Yeah.
No, I'm still looking for a certain sign to send you as a gift.
Yeah.
Sign that you enjoyed so much while you were there at NAU, that your roommates put up for you. But don't worry, I'll find it sometime. Send it to Tala so she can hang it up and surprise you.
Great, great. Yeah. The sign has a poop on it, and it says, I believe it says something like "pooping in progress," and I'm just kind of
Yes.
college boys putting the K in
Put
classy
on the
since
bathroom door.
forever. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we've gone on for a long time, so I think
Yeah, that's an Etsy visit.
yeah, so I think a poop sign is a good place to end it. I think we're done here.
I think we're done here.